gentlemen, we are live. This is Chitter Chatter. You know what time it is, ladies and gentlemen. We are live and in effect from a new location. We have a little special show for you here tonight. I have my guest host, of course, always here with me, Miss Amanda Manigault. Say hello to everyone.
Hello, everyone. I'm Black Girl Beauty Coach Amanda Manigault.
Absolutely. We are always thankful to have you here. We are doing a live showing tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Well, we're live every Thursday night, as you know. Tonight, we have reached our 50th episode of Chitter Chatter. You already know I am extremely excited to be here for 50 episodes. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're just now dropping in, you know what time it is. Drop a like, drop a comment, tell a friend to tell a friend that it is Chitter Chatter time, ladies and gentlemen. Go ahead, come on in. Drop me some likes and comments because it is our 50th episode. I made it to 50th episode. Miss Amanda.
Absolutely. It is number 50.
50, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to tell you, it has been a long journey. I didn't know if I was going to make it here. When I began, I had no idea I would be here a year and a half later. But you know what we're going to do. First things first, ladies and gentlemen. Miss Amanda, go ahead and tell them. We're going to mix our drink. Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we have another favorite. Well, it's a new favorite because I fell in love with it the last time I had it. It is the Chitter Chatter. Ladies and gentlemen, it is tequila. We're going to be mixing that. We're making margaritas tonight because I always try to, keep a good drink and mellow. But since it is our 50th episode and we are having a awesome time here tonight, we're drinking margaritas because margaritas put you in a mood. And it is Women's Empowerment Month, ladies and gentlemen. Women's Appreciation Month. We are appreciating all of our women, especially our Black women, ladies and gentlemen, because before I am anything, I am a Black woman. I told Miss Amanda earlier today, before anyone knew my name, before anyone knew my gender, they first knew that I was going to be Black. I'm going to tell you right now, when they saw her carrying me around, when they saw the belly bump, they didn't wonder if I was going to be Black. They knew that for sure. So we're going to go ahead and mix our drink, ladies and gentlemen. Miss Amanda, do you want to go ahead and say something while we're tuning in?
Absolutely, you guys. It's that time again. And, we have a lot of things in store for you tonight. Uniqua has a live performance. You know what I told y'all? For the whole month, we have been honoring women in the Black Girl Beauty.
Absolutely.
And so tonight, I say this especially...
Ladies and gentlemen, this is where the loudness comes from. Bring it down.
You know what?
Bring it down a little. It's the 50th episode. It has to be addressed.
It's
the 50th episode. It has to be addressed.
Anyway, you guys, tonight we are going to honor Miss Uniqua.
Thank you
we
so much.
We are honoring her for Women's History Month.
Let's take one sip to that.
Why? Because Uniqua has come a mighty long ways. And as her coach, not her mother now, but as her coach, I have some stories to share with y'all tonight. And so we're going to do that. We're going to have a wonderful time.
We didn't discuss any stories.
We're going to have a wonderful time. But most importantly, we'll get a chance to end Women's History Month with an awesome performance by Miss Uniqua. So you guys get to see her. For those of you who haven't seen her perform, you'll get to see her in rare form tonight. Absolutely. So you're going to give me a second while I share. I'm going to invite a few people and share.
Absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, I normally like to do this before the show gets started, but I guess I forgot to go ahead and take the top off of here we go. So we got it. I thought, sometimes when I do this on live, ladies and gentlemen, this is Chitter Chatter. And we are not going to act brand new. We mix this drink every Thursday night. And sometimes, baby, we have a little mishaps. I done spilled the drink on me plenty of times. But we ain't going to let that happen today. Here we go. Got me a good margarita going. I ain't gonna be able to tap the screen because I got 3 screens going tonight. We are live on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn. Tap in everywhere you are. Drop a like, drop a comment. Tell a friend to tell a friend. It's the 50th Chitter Chatter time, ladies and gentlemen. And I am so thankful to be here. I can't wait. I got such an awesome show for you guys. I'm so excited to get there. But that's at the end of the night. We got to get through what we got to get through first. I'm excited to get you through to the end. That I can't even get through the first little section. So, we're going to do first, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go ahead and we're going to go ahead and toast on in, ladies and gentlemen. Is that night? Welcome on in. Chitter Chatter.
Would you make me one?
You would like one?
A little something.
Here we go. Let me share that with you, Miss Amanda. Help you out. There you go. Miss Amanda said she would like a drink, ladies and gentlemen. That's a new one. Let me take a sip of mine before I go ahead and fix hers.
You know what? See how she got to do, y'all. It is indeed a pleasure to be here. We want to first give thanks. A special thanks to our host who invited us into his personal space, to his platform. And it is none other than
Mr. Christopher Cowles. Follow him right now. I'm going to drop his information in the comments. He can come in and drop his information. No, he's so very humble. He doesn't want us to announce him. But this, ladies and gentlemen, this atmosphere, this just vibe, as we're just vibing here, we are live in collaboration with Mr. Christopher Cowles for Just Vibing. Tune in. He also has his episodes every Thursday, Monday night. Thursday night as well at 9 p.m. So it comes on right after Chitter Chatter. That's why tonight we are having a 2-hour episode because we are rolling right on into Just Vibing, and we're going to give you a vibe. It's going to be Just Vibing when I show you these skills. I'm going to put it down for you with the poetry. And I'm going to go ahead and let you know I am an actress, model, poet, instructor, and model coach, ladies and gentlemen. And I had to say that because Miss Amanda told me that I'm showing off a lot of the poetry. But see, the thing about me, I'm doing something new with the poetry. I'm doing poetry in motion. See, when you listen to me speak, when you listen to these words coming out of me, when you're reading Living in Truth Volume 1 and 2, ladies and gentlemen, you are having an experience. You just vibing, like we vibing here tonight. You are moving. You are doing exactly what I want you to do. And that is what I create when I do the poetry. There's acting. There's a little bit of modeling. I can step up right now. Wait, you know what? My lighting is gonna cut my head off, but there's acting, there's modeling, there's poetry, there's a little bit of rap because what you don't know, what you may not know, is I can rap too. The only thing I feel like I wasn't gifted with just yet, and I'm gonna speak to my father about that a little later on. I'm sure he's vibing in. I don't sing, not just yet. Miss Amanda don't like when I say that, but actually, she knows it's true. We're gonna take one sip today. We're gonna take one sip to me not jumping on the mic with the vocals tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all don't even want to see that. It sounds real good in the shower. But ladies and gentlemen, I'm just so thankful to be here because this is Women's Empowerment Month, and I have made it to my 50th episode. We don't celebrate each other enough. We don't celebrate ourselves enough. I personally don't celebrate myself enough. Here I am in my 50th episode, and I haven't even thrown a party, a parade, or any of that. Sometimes in life, you got to take a moment and celebrate yourself because you deserve that. You deserve a moment where you're celebrating yourself. And what you fail to realize is sometimes when you celebrate yourself, you give yourself a moment to showcase yourself. People need to know what you can do. We need to see you. Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, not that you haven't seen me on every Thursday night here on Chitter Chatter, but tonight, more than any other night, you are going to see me. You're going to hear me. You're going to feel me. And you're going to just vibe the same way we vibe here every Thursday night. And Miss Amanda is going to help me vibe out here tonight. Miss Amanda, did you want to go ahead and tell the people a little bit about yourself and how we got started here? Because this is my Black Girl Beauty Coach, ladies and gentlemen. That is one of the things I will tell you. On this journey to building your brand, building your business, to Chitter Chatter, to Black Girl Beauty, as you know, we are trademarked, ladies and gentlemen. Woo, woo! Woo! Celebrate that Black girl. Ladies and gentlemen, when you are on the journey to bettering yourself and empowerment, you should have a coach. You need someone that is going to help you maintain your business, keep your mind on the right path, and somebody who also knows where you've been and when you're trying to go, and they're going to help you get there. Let's take one sip today, ladies and gentlemen. Having a Black Girl Beauty Coach. Have a coach. I have a Black Girl Beauty Coach. As a Black woman, ladies and gentlemen, it's important that you have a Black Girl Beauty Coach. Because why would you could, I'm not going to say you can, because you can do all things through Christ Jesus who strengthens you. However, as a Black woman, the most important thing for you to have is someone that has been where you're going, has what you have, and is capable of telling you the things that you will bump into when you get there. Because some things only apply to you. Miss Amanda, I forgot to mix your drink. So we're going to take a second and mix Miss Amanda a drink. Actually over there. No, I don't know if we're gonna be able to get you a drink. And you can't share with me. It's 2022, ladies and gentlemen. COVID came and went, but still, we mom and daughter. But moving right along. Pass me a drink. It's Women's Empowerment Month. So in Women's Empowerment Month, like Miss Amanda said, if you have not joined our Black Girl Beauty Group, go ahead and join our Black Girl Beauty Group. That is where you keep up with what is going on with Black Girl Beauty. That is where you keep up what's going on with Miss Amanda Managard. That is how you tap into Uniqua Managard. We have acting, modeling, learn how to braid classes. Ladies and gentlemen, male and female, learn how to braid is such a powerful tool. You never know when, who, why. You may need to braid some hair. But having that tool as a father, having to learn how to braid too is good for your kids. As a mother, as a woman, you never listen. Even if you don't wear your hair out, what do we wear up under the braids, ladies and gentlemen?
What do you wear under those wigs? You mean?
Yeah, that's exactly. She knew what I meant.
Absolutely.
Tell them what we wear. Tell them what we wear under those. Yes, you want.
Well, one of the things that I always say about braids. Braids will never die. I was braiding hair at the age of 11 years old on my front porch in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, and braids has carried me throughout my 40-year career. And I tell you, it has been awesome. And now I am a braid instructor. I'm a braid expert, y'all. I teach from the young people to the older women. Not only do I teach you how to braid, but I teach you how to open a braid business. And to top it all off, not just open up a braid business, but I teach you how to turn your braid business into a six-figure income. Now, some may ask, well, do braiders make six figures? Yeah. Absolutely. With the blueprint that I have set up with my blueprint, I will show you how a hair braider can create an income of six figures. Absolutely,
ladies and gentlemen. That is amazing. Like we wanna know. I'm mixing Miss Amanda's drink. She's a lightweight, very light. I'm
glad you know that. Yes, I'm glad you know that. Yes. But you guys, I just want to let you know that tonight, because it's the last night of Women's History Month, absolutely, we want to make this special because women don't celebrate themselves enough. And so that's why we took the time to celebrate the women in our group, because we have some awesome women. And for those of you who were able to read some of the bios that we posted over the month, we have some awesome, intelligent, sophisticated, educated, creative, black, beautiful women. And tonight we will showcase this Black beautiful woman. You asked me a question earlier that I didn't get a chance to answer. You asked me about coaching. Absolutely. And I think no matter what business you're in, we are living in 2020, you guys. 2022, you guys. And you have at your exposure coaches all around the world. Absolutely. But I am Black Girl Beauty Coach. And not only is it about beauty for me, but even small businesses. I help small businesses. I help beauty students and beauty professionals launch, grow, and scale their business. Teach you how to create success fast. Fast, I said. That's the key word, because we're living in this microwavable world. Everybody wants it overnight. But I will tell you this one little secret. I can help you get there fast. But let me tell you something. It's a process. Absolutely. Operating a business is a process.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're just now tuning in, this is Chitter Chatter. Let me tell you, my guests love me. This is Chitter Chatter. We are on our 50th episode. It is Women's Empowerment Month, and it is the last day of the month, and that is why we chose to close out. We are here collaborating with Mr. Christopher Cowles with Just Vibing, and we are setting the tone, ladies and gentlemen, because we as Black women don't celebrate ourselves enough. We don't show ourselves in a positive light. And we don't really have people that are speaking to us about elevation, because that's all this is, ladies and gentlemen. And not only is it elevation, this is hard work. When I say this, I mean this entire thing. Look at me. This is my mother here, my business coach. This is my role model. Everything. Do you know how hard that is, ladies and gentlemen? Because let me tell you, when we're out doing business, sometimes she forget that we not mom and daughter. This not mom and daughter. This is business. And as Black women, we need to have the conversations to let us know when we need to separate business from personal. As Black people, we don't have that conversation enough. That is what brings me to our trendy topic of the conversation. You know, ladies and gentlemen.
Before we get to the trendy topic.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is another reason. This is another reason why working with your mom is so hard. I know she heard me just say.
It's
that's her favorite thing to do.
It's women empowerment, and I have the honor of having you. We're honoring you tonight, Unique.
Don't try to butter me up.
Because of that, I have a few questions for you, my queen. I want to know.
She always coming in with something we did not discuss.
Now you have to share with the people, because there are some people, you said earlier that you had the honor of having me.
Absolutely.
And and for those who don't know me, I've been in the beauty industry for over 40 years. As I told you.
Hold on. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Women's Empowerment Month. And my mother has been pumping me up. But let me tell you, because we have been going back and forth about this all week. It is Women's Empowerment Month. It is Chitter Chatter. This is Plumville. And I am Lay Plum. But let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. Not only is this my Black girl beauty coach, this is a beautiful Black woman that we have not yet celebrated the way that we need to celebrate. I am doing all that I am doing so that the world would know who Amanda Manigault is, believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, because this is a beautiful Black woman here. She birthed me. And let me tell you right now, I don't play by doing. Look at all this. Don't play by this one. This is outside of her being my mother. This is an educator, a businesswoman, a single mother, a woman that has been inspiring her community her entire life and not really taking the time to do what we just said we need to do, ladies and gentlemen. Celebrate yourself. Miss Amanda, my mother, I'm going to go ahead and give you a round of applause.
Thank you.
I'm not done. This is Women's Empowerment Month. And we don't really like to put the light on ourselves because as Black women, we are often told that we need to tone it down. We are often told that we're doing too much. We are often called cocky and bougie when we decide to celebrate ourselves. So, because it's not often celebrated, my mother. I'm not 100% positive. I don't often take the time to really just tell the world who Miss Amanda is. And she doesn't often do it. So right now in this atmosphere, this platform, I'm going to take the time to let you know Miss Amanda is a 40-year vet in the game. She has been doing hair as long as I've been living, ladies and gentlemen. I have photos of me. I have photos of me in the salon, about 5 years old, sweeping the floor. This is what I mean by in our community, we don't really have the mentors. We don't have the coaches. I have been blessed to have one my entire life. And this is the reason why I'm pointing this out, because in our community, when we're children, when we're growing, and that's what this entire thing is about, the rebirth, growing and getting to a new level. Ladies and gentlemen, when we're growing and we're getting better, we don't often appreciate the coaches. We don't often appreciate the mentors. We don't often appreciate the people that are there helping us to make our lives better and easier so that our journey is not as tough as it once was, ladies and gentlemen. That is why we're having this conversation. I, growing up, did not know the importance of having a coach, period, a mentor, someone that I could go to and have a conversation with. And it was because it was never really explained to me. That's why I'm glad you brought that question back up. It was never explained, and I want to point out, it was my mom. It was never explained to me what the importance, what the goal, the purpose, and the point of having a coach is. Because if you're a child and you're growing in the business, and I'm saying this because as Black people, I want to start teaching our children how to be business owners. Don't wait until we're out of high school and in college. Don't wait until then, because at that point, we kind of stuck in our ways. Start teaching us and grooming us as children. And when you begin, I'm telling you, like a child that began, this is how you do it, to ease it on into it. Let a child know that, listen, I'm not trying to chastise you. I'm not trying to tell you what you can and can't do. I am trying to groom you for better. And pay us a little bit. Money help. Miss Amanda, what is the importance of a Black girl beauty coach? Because some parents, my mother wasn't like this, but some parents, when building a business, they want you to work for free. Pay us a little bit. Kids.
She worked for free. And most of the time.
I don't.
But I will tell you this, having a coach in your life is having someone to hold you accountable. Oftentimes we set goals, we have dreams, we're on a mission, and it's so easy to go astray. It's so easy to fall off. I mean, deaths happen, the storm comes, whether it's through sickness, whether somebody done called you with their drama. And we're so quick to lay our goals to the side. We're so quick to, if the money is not there, to say, oh, I can't do this right now, or I'm going to wait until I get everything together. Let me tell you something. You have to start now. Having a coach in your life is having someone to help guide you, help show you the right way to do it, having someone to keep you on track.
Absolutely.
So that you can continue to go the right way, even when you don't feel like it, even when you're tired, even when you're not motivated. That coach is there.
Those are the days you need the coach the most.
That's absolutely. So it is important, and as Uniqua said, I've been in her life, and I've had the opportunity of watching Uniqua because, as I said earlier, I've been in the beauty industry for over 40 years, from beauty salons to beauty schools.
Imagine how long I've been doing.
I am a beauty school evaluator, beauty school owner, beauty salon owner. I do online cosmetology. I travel all around the world teaching and educating others about the science of cosmetology. So that is where I'm at. And so Uniqua have had the honor and the privilege of being an entrepreneur.
Right. And I'm going to tell you, I didn't know it was an honor and a privilege until I was an adult. And that is why I go so hard with educating the youth. That's why I'm so adamant about working with kids. And that might be a reason why I'm so good at it. Because I literally, when I'm working with children, and not to brag or boast, but I'm going to go ahead and brag and boast. These kids attack me. These kids love me. They're drawn to me. And as a woman who was once a child acting and modeling and doing poetry, I've been writing poems since I was about 7.
And she was in her first fashion show at 4 years old. I had her on the stage.
And I won my first beauty pageant.
Yes.
I was just a couple months old.
Yeah.
Baby, and I have photos and videos of me. My first birthday was on video. I have been in front of the camera for a long time. But as a kid, I didn't really appreciate it. And as an adult, I'm telling you, I don't really like a lot of attention.
Hey, Michelle Roberts.
Believe it or not. Hey, Michelle. Yes. And hello, all of our Instagram and YouTube and everyone followers. It's so glad to have you here.
Yes.
But like I was saying, ladies and gentlemen, I've never really been an attention person. If you can believe it or not, I've just always gotten a lot of attention. And I've always been, I'm going to just keep it a buck. I don't really have a lot of fears. But I've always been afraid to really say that. Not for any other reason other than I don't want to seem cocky. I don't want to seem, and like I said, I'm putting this out because as a Black woman, this is a struggle that we have. We can't be ourselves. We can't embrace who we are, and we also can't step back when we need to step back. Like when people see me as a model, like I don't care what else they see. They definitely see a Black woman because I said first things you see is a Black woman. But strangers come up to me. Oh, do you model? Strangers come up to me and say this, and I'm saying, I, as a child, didn't like it. And we need to teach our children how to use everything they have, even if you don't like it. That's why this conversation is
and
so
that
important.
Is so true because she says even if you don't like
Tell them about it.
It took me a long time to understand Uniqua and be able to respect her choices and in her way, and being able to let her be free and be who she is. Because me growing up, I grew up in an era where your parents say you shouldn't do this and you shouldn't do that, and you can't do this and you can't do that, and we followed the rules. And now we're in a generation. She don't follow the rules. Now we're in a generation where they want to be free. And I want to let you know, Uniqua, tonight, if I've never ever said this to you, I want you to be free. I want you to fly so high until
I'm not going to say she's never said it. But ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to say I don't know if she means it the way I'm going to give you know what the truth, ladies and gentlemen, the Rebirth. I am not going to lie.
Please take a moment to like, share, tell a neighbor, tell a friend that Chitter Chatter is on the air right now.
Chatter, we are live, ladies and gentlemen. This is and we're collaborating with Just Like. Do you feel the vibes?
Do you feel the vibe?
Do you feel the
vibe in here? And so I want to take a moment because we got to get to the nitty.
You done took a couple.
We're going to get down to the nitty gritty. And she keeps interrupting me, y'all, because she does all the time. But we're going to get down to the nitty gritty a little bit. I want to ask Uniqua a few questions because we are honoring her tonight.
Yes,
now, how many times did I say we was honoring her? And I ain't get to my first question.
Because we never discussed. You asked the question.
Can I get to my first question?
Go ahead,
because there are some people out there that didn't have a coach.
You're right.
And
but
there's some people. No. Let me finish.
Before we get into the questions, I'm going to be certain, Miss Amanda, that you're not going to go out of the way. Because Miss Amanda like to take opportunities.
Can I have?
And we're not going to do that here live
tonight. Can I have?
Go view episode 3 and see how
she remember episode.
Yes. Because I said it never happened again.
Okay.
So here we are.
Can we go forward?
This is the test.
For you guys that are out there who have never, had a coach, and are just new to starting your own business, I want to ask Uniqua a few questions because Uniqua I said I started at 11. I mean, Shirley, how old were you? She had to be 4 years old, really, you guys.
Stop saying 4 months. I was a baby. I was a baby.
I said 4 years old. I had her answer my phones in the beauty salon.
She bragging about that.
When she was 4 years old. I had her sweeping floors when she was 4 years old. And she has never left my side. So through high school, through college, one way or another, even when she went off to college, you guys, I found something for her to do. She's always been in the family business. And tonight, Uniqua, I just want to say thank you. I want to let you know how proud I am of you to not just be your mother and your coach, but to see you blossom, to see someone from 4 years old to owning her own business. I am Uniqua.com. You guys go visit her. And to see her as an author, as a motivational speaker, as a teacher, as a leader, teaching young people. Let me tell you something, you guys. We need more people out there teaching our young people. And she, not only is she teaching, but she says she is good at it. You heard what she said. She said she's good at it. So, Uniqua, I want my first question to you. What is it? What is your why? What is it that inspires you? What is it that allows you to keep going? Because she could have easily stopped and went and got an 8-to-5 job, which I don't think she would.
I actually done stopped.
And
never got an 8-to-5 job.
She never completely stopped because I would never. I would never.
Pause.
When I say that, what I'm saying is, when I said earlier that you need to have a coach to hold you accountable, I wouldn't let my child quit. I'm not gonna let her quit because I know her dreams.
Your coach.
I know her goals. And I know where she's trying to go.
She also wouldn't let her
when the time comes where, absolutely. So what is your
need
drive?
To separate that. My drive, ladies and gentlemen, as I just explained to you a few seconds ago, I've been in this industry my entire life. That's what drives me. I have, as an adult, because I was I'm gonna say about 25. I'm gonna go ahead, about 25-ish. When I really saw the value of everything, and I'm being honest, brace yourself.
That was only 5 years ago.
Exactly. You heard me say brace yourself. I was about 25 when I realized the importance and the significance of having not only a coach, but a coach who happened to be my mom. Because for years, and I'm just being honest, for years, that was my battle. I didn't want to do it because my mom said it. I was one of those kids, okay? Like she said, it's not that I didn't listen. I just like to do things I wanted to do. I didn't like to do what I was told to. So, okay. So, yeah, I like to do what I wanted to do. I'm going to clean my room. That's fine. Don't come in here and ask me when I'm going to clean. I was one of those kids. So, when they come in and clean your room, yet, no. Then you got to get in trouble because you didn't clean your room. And it's not that I'm not going to clean it. I want you, and I've always been this type of person. I'm not even like that just with her. I'm like this in relationships too. And it was the relationships that made me realize I needed to work on it. I don't want to do it if you tell me to. Like I want to do it because I was about to do it. Like I'm about to clean my room. I was about to do everything you asked me to do, and then you asked me to do it. Now I don't want to do it anymore. So growing up, that was how I was. And I was 25 when I realized how immature that attitude is. And not only how immature it is, because first of all, at the end of the day, you can do all things through Christ Jesus who strengthens you. So I'm going to say that attitude will not stop you. However, ladies and gentlemen, this is why this conversation is important. Because in our community, we don't have the it could have been easier conversation. We have the I made it through. Although it was a little tough on my back, I made it through. I had a few hurdles, and I'm a procrastinator, but so what? I got it done. That's true. You did get it done. But you could have got it done 5 years ago. Like she just said, it was just a few years ago when I realized the power of having a Black girl beauty coach. That is my drive. My drive is to get students and the youth to understand the importance of knowledge, the importance of having someone around you that can help guide you. Because I can only speak for the type of woman that I am and the experiences that I had. I would have liked to have been more mature to receive information from people that were trying to teach me. Not even just my mentor. Because everybody is not your mentor, but most people that are talking to you and they see you, because that's another thing. When you are talented, when you have goals, when you have the capability, if you believe it or not, your community sees that. People around you see that. So whether people like you or not, and I'm going to say that, whether people like you or not, they are subconsciously protecting you in your community. Like we have people in our community that we don't necessarily like, but if something were to happen, like that brings us to the trending topic. Like what just happened? You might not necessarily like Will, but you wish he wouldn't have smacked bruh because it wasn't right. Like, come on, you should have smacked him outside. It ain't that you should have smacked him. I expected better of you. So, and that happens in our community. That is why I'm driven, because I was one of those kids that, and I'm saying this because I received protection as annoyance. I received guidance as you trying to control me. And so many of our youth, because a lot of my friends were the same way. The difference is a lot of my friends and a lot of people that I know growing up didn't have the support and the guidance. So I had somebody that was like, hey, you need to be over here doing this. I had somebody that, like she said, wouldn't let me give up on my dreams. I had somebody that was like, hey, plan everything out for me, and I just want to do it because she made the plan. But as an adult, I see the importance of just knowing that person is here to help.
So that takes me to question number 2. What is your greatest reward?
Greatest reward. I have to say, ladies and gentlemen, I have not yet received it. I'm just going to keep up. My greatest reward, because a friend of mine asked me this question on Facebook the other day, is the goal to do what you love, or is the goal the money? I'm gonna have to say the goal is the cash, and I have not yet gotten there yet, ladies. We still on the reach for the cash, and that is what I'm doing. What I love, and that is it. Kind of like both questions kind of piggyback off of each other, because the goal is to get the money, and I happen to have a coach, and I happen to have a plan that's gonna get me to the cash. So the reward is coming, and that's what keeps me going. The biggest reward that I will receive, I feel like I have yet to receive it. And that's what keeps me going. Like I'm going for the gold. I'm going for the cosmic.
And I think the people that you touch is a reward. That's a
Absolutely.
daily reward. That's a daily reward.
Absolutely. And I work with children. So that's a completely different reward. I don't yet have any. But that's why working with them is amazing, because not having kids I really look at people that do have them, and it's crazy, because they always tell me how blessed I am that I don't. I tell you how blessed you are that you aren't. Because tonight is about women empowerment. And tonight is about the journey that you go through when you're trying to transition and do something better in life. And I'm gonna just keep it a buck, ladies and gentlemen. You don't know how important and how valuable it is to have a little person beside you when you're going through a transition or when you're going through something. Because they say things and they do things that you want to hear that nobody else is saying. Like, I have students that literally come up to me like, oh, you're so pretty today. And it's not that I didn't think I was pretty today. It's just that it's the day. And I needed somebody to say something nice to me. And not only when a child says something to you, because let me tell you, kid compliments and old compliments from the elders. And I get them from both, ladies and gentlemen. Hallelujah. Kid compliments are genuine. And kid compliments are the truth, because I done had some kids come up to me like, you think you all that, don't you? The children. They speak their mind, they're genuine and honest. And that's what makes it so important. That's the reward. It's a daily reward. But the biggest reward, ladies and gentlemen, is yet to come.
All right.
And I want to sip to that.
I want to share with some of you guys out there who are young and, just getting started, that you may not see the reward right away. You may not. Sometimes you're out here working and you're thinking that this isn't going to work. But like she just said, keep going, keep pushing, keep striving, keep your drive up. And the most important thing I want to tell you, learn how to motivate yourself. When mom ain't there motivating you, you motivate yourself. When dad's not around, you motivate yourself. Forget about who's not there and focus on who is there.
Absolutely.
What is
or
there?
Or if no one is there, you be there.
You be there. You get up in the morning, you be that bell that rings. If nobody's ringing that bell for you, you ring your own bell. You toot your own horn. And that's why it's okay for me to sit here and honor my daughter on the last day of Women's History Month. I have no shame in doing it. Some people don't like to honor their loved ones. Some people don't like to honor themselves. Y'all know I'm a Black girl beauty coach of Manigault, and I will tell you that every day, every hour, every minute, every second, because I'm proud of who I am, and I don't mind motivating and pushing myself. I don't mind promoting myself. I don't mind, because that's business, and I'm an entrepreneur, you guys.
Come on.
So tonight, though, Uniqua, my next question to you, you talked about your reward. What has been your biggest challenge? And after you answer that, tell the audience, how do one who's trying to operate their own business and they might have ran into that brick wall, how do they pull themselves up? Because I know you've talked about times where you wanted to give up. So when you get to that point where you want to give up, you want to walk away, what has been your challenge in business and how do one overcome that challenge?
First, I want to let you know that that's out of order.
What's out of order?
Those numbers. I'm going to go ahead and say that. Flip it over. I just want to be sure you knew that.
Don't worry about that.
We gotta stay.
She all up
Ladies
in my
and gentlemen,
business.
what has been this is a part of it. What has been my biggest challenge? Listen. The Living in Truth Volume 2 Rebirth is all about the journey of transitioning and changing and becoming a mature version of yourself, the version of you that is ready to receive everything that you have in life, the version of you that's ready to walk in your light, the version of you that's ready to set aside what you want so that you can get what you need, so that you can live the life that you want. That, ladies and gentlemen, has been the hardest challenge for me, because like what I've discovered on the journey of growing and transitioning and owning a business and just trying to be the person that you're supposed to be, trying to be a business owner, because what they don't tell you what it is. Like living in my purpose, walking in my light, and being the woman that I'm supposed to be has been the hardest challenge. And I don't know how. I don't know. I've been searching for ways.
I think that might come from trying to meet other people's expectations, maybe?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And I'm saying that because I've never been one, and that's another thing. I've never been one to even care about other people's expectations.
Wow.
But that is one of the most challenging challenges, because as you're growing and transitioning, you have to care what people say and think. You don't have to care what. That's her favorite thing to tell me. You don't have to care what everybody thinks and say. But ladies and gentlemen, I'm unique. I didn't care what nobody said or man. I didn't listen. Anybody. I mean, Miss Amanda can tell me something. Well, if it wasn't someone there, I don't really care about that. If she tells me somebody else that I really admire, someone whose opinion I value, said something and it wasn't what I want to hear, well, you know what? They don't really know me like that, so I don't care. That was my attitude. Hold on a second. This is a challenge. As you're growing in transition, you have to understand when it, like everything that she has been teaching me and grooming me as a coach was hard for me to grasp. Learning when to step in the back and let your team be who they are. Not that I don't like to let my team be who they are, but I like things done a certain way, and I like to do things a certain way. If you're not doing it the way I want it to be done, I'm quick to cut it out. Cut it, like when I say cut it, I mean like I done kicked her off the show a couple times.
Trust me, she didn't kick me off. I quit.
She never quit.
I quit. But let me respond. Let me respond. I wanted to talk on that before we forget. Because young people, I want to make sure that I tap into young people today. What she said about I don't care, yes, I hear a lot of young people say that. I don't care about this and I don't care about that. But I want to really speak to young entrepreneurs out here who's walking around saying, I don't care about this and I don't care. Because you got to care. You will limit your opportunities. Absolutely. You will limit your opportunities with an I don't care attitude. You must care about your community. You must care about the people around you. You must care about the people that's giving you advice. You don't have to take it all in. You listen to people. It's okay to listen, even if you don't apply it to your day-to-day. At least listen. You may not care, but this is the word we need, because forget care. Everything ain't about what you care about. I'm telling you, I still don't care. But you have to accommodate. There are going to be people whose values and opinions, you're like, so? There are some people whose opinion and that you just completely do not agree with. But let me tell you, like I told you 2 seconds ago, baby, the ultimate goal is the cash. At the end of the day, they spend the same way the people whose opinion you value spend. They might spend a little bit more. And what I had to learn through maturity and good coaching is, baby, tell you the truth, them folks sometimes pay more. They spend more. When people can see that although you don't like them, because people know when you don't like them, although you're not really necessarily agreeing with what they're saying, you are catering to their feelings. You don't understand, ladies and gentlemen. I didn't understand, ladies and gentlemen, the value of catering to your community's feelings. So right now, guys, if you are just now tuning in, this is Black Girl Beauty Chatter time. She didn't wait to say that. And so we just want you to take a moment. If you're just now tuning in, we are with Christopher Kyle. She gonna look at me every time. We're with the Vibing Entertainment. And he doesn't like us to say it, ladies and gentlemen. Follow him. Just Vibing. This is a great platform. You see the atmospheres and the vibes. Absolutely. And so tonight, if you're just now tuning in, take a moment to share, like, tell a neighbor, tell a friend that Black Girl Beauty Chitter Chatter is on the air. We talk about things that matter when Black women chitter chatter. And so we want to make sure that you tune in. If you are not a member of Black Girl Beauty, it is a Facebook group for Black women. If you are not a member of that group, please take the time to join that group. Absolutely, ladies and gentlemen. And we inspire, empower, and motivate Black women and girls. And every Wednesday, ladies and gentlemen, we have our Worship and Workout Wednesday, ladies and gentlemen. And I needed to bring this up because I didn't bring my hoop, but I should have. But I want to take a second to show you what the hoop does. You have to be aware. Sometimes we don't know what our shape is doing, and we don't know how it's doing it. But 10 minutes a day, ladies and gentlemen. Well, keep the doctor away. Say, well, keep the doctor away. I thought you said, go to the doctor. I said, I'm trying to tell these folks to get the hoop. And you tell them about the doctor. But do you see? You can see how the shape is shaping, ladies and gentlemen. Get your hoop and do it 10 minutes a day. And while we do the hoop, I give you a life story. We're on the story of Job right now. And when you're going through a rebirth and a transition, that's a great story to read, ladies and gentlemen. I'm passing the mic on back to Miss Amanda. So we talked about a trendy topic, you guys. So we're going to touch on that because, this week, Sunday at the Academy Awards, Oscars, there was a situation that took place. Mm-hmm. So do you want to get into that a little bit? Well, like I said, ladies and gentlemen, Miss Amanda asked me a question, and the question was, what was one of the hardest challenges? And that jumps into this. One of the hardest challenges was caring about all this type of thing. But you have to. And that's why we have to jump into these conversations, because what happened at the Academy Awards is kind of almost what I was just speaking, coming into life in a real, when we
care what people think about you, when you don't care about anything and you just act off impulse, because I'm going to tell you, this is why this was one of the most challenging parts for me. That was a great question you asked. This is why it was one of the most challenging parts for me of the journey, because listen, Uniqua for a long, I'm from Southside Atlanta. I have to go ahead and throw that out. We grew up with different Tri-Cities, class of 09. Whoop, whoop.
Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, you guys.
No. You don't know nothing about it. Because the way we handle things where I grew up is a little bit different. And maybe the same thing with William. On the west side of, what is that? West side of that, born and raised. On the playground is where I spent most of my days. But it was a little different around that way. But that's why having a coach, everything that we said applies to this situation. Having someone to tell you that you need to calm down. So having them one second. Having someone to tell you to calm down. Having the maturity to evaluate, because outside of anything, this is why the journey for me, the hardest thing for me was setting aside what I think and what I care and being the woman that I'm supposed to be the business owner. That was what I said was the hardest challenge. Same thing with William. His name ain't William, it's Wilford or something like that. But we don't say William for the show. Same thing with William. As he's about to win an Oscar. And we don't know if he was gonna win before he won, but we assumed he was gonna win. He kind of had his attitude because they were on the front row, they were ready. That is when the devil attacks you. When you right on the front row and you about to receive that award and everything's about to go your way, somebody gonna say something to you. And you got two options. You have two options. Not the person next to you that could stop you. They got two options. Not the person who's standing up there saying what they gonna say and they got two options. Yeah, they all do. But you have two options for you. You could take it on the chin, or you can walk on up there and smack him the same way Will did. And that is where you deciding where you want to be and who you are comes into play. I'm not disagreeing with anything that Will did, because as a black woman, we're speaking about today is women empowerment. We aren't protected enough. People don't support us enough. It's cool, because I'm not saying that it was intended to be what it was. All I'm saying is here we are at the Oscars. Black women, black men, black people. Here we are. Will Smith is about to be the 5th black man to ever in the history ever win an Oscar. And you, the comedian of the night, not saying anything, it could have been anybody. It could have been anybody. It just happened to be Chris. You, the comedian of the night, and I'm glad it was Chris and not someone that's not of our melanation. Because had it been someone else, I wouldn't have punched him. Our melanation. I said, had it not been someone that was Chris was able to do what he did because he was of our melanation. Had he not been Chris, he should have been punched, not smacked. However, what I'm saying is, here Will is about to step over this huge threshold, and in the moment of his glory, you take a moment to shoot a shot at his wife. And I'm not saying that he's not a comedian, it's not his job. They don't do that. Yeah, it is. But you could have said something nice about her instead, because you know that her husband is about to win an award. So that's what I'm saying. It's not that not that Chris Rock was wrong. I'm gonna say Chris. Will was wrong. I'm gonna say Will was wrong. Not because of he wasn't defending his wife, but it's a time and a place for everything. And I'm on the fence with that, because I did see something that was like, we need to learn. We need to stop trying to tell us how to behave around people that aren't of the melanation persuasion. And that is true. I'm not trying to tell us that we need to behave around them. I forget them. We need to behave around ourselves. That's the thing in our community. We don't have standards for us. It's okay for us to have an event and people get to shooting on the stage. It's okay, because that's our event. We cool to do that, but if you go to the Oscars, you need to put them guns up. No. I would say take the guns to the Oscars. However, don't take the guns to our event and then not take them to the Oscars. Baby, you listen. Keep it all the way the same around the way. Don't put on your good face for people that aren't of your race, and then show your race, your ugly face. I'm such a poet. That was great.
Okay, now that was true. Everything you said was absolutely true. On the flip side of that, I have to give the flip side. Will had no business. Let me tell you something. As a celebrity, he knows the game. He knows the game. As a celebrity, you got to take the good with you got to take the bad with the good. It's happening every day. You know it. Whitney Houston had to hear every day people talk about her drug addiction.
She was a drug addict.
But it's okay.
There's a difference.
Okay, and he didn't lie. Jada is bald. She cut her hair bald. Now you can talk
That's
about
his wife, though.
You can talk about alopecia all you want. I'm not saying the women don't have alopecia.
We didn't even know she had.
What I am saying is she chose to cut her hair bald. And people are going to talk. You know it goes with the territory.
Does that make it okay?
And he didn't really go that way out to me.
It doesn't matter.
It does matter. Stepped over the line.
Listen.
As they said, I am talking now. It's
but it's not. You're honoring me. Did you say that?
And it's my turn.
It's my turn.
You got to give me time to honor
I don't. No, you
yeah,
don't.
You got to let me honor you.
So
let me tell you. So anyway, you guys.
No,
and so he was wrong. He was wrong.
And
the bottom line, what I think, because we're talking about empowerment. If that was your man, if that was your man,
I said my man
and
down.
You saw your man get up.
It's about the money.
And we're asking,
sit your man
you
down.
know your man is about to
sit him down.
Why did she pull his tail coat?
Oh, that's what you're saying.
Why did she pull his coat out?
Jada wanted that to happen. She wanted
that to happen. She was happy. She, and see, women play these games, but now I don't care.
Why did he smack him though? Like, come on.
You're right. Why didn't he punch the man?
First
He was
slapped him for disrespect.
Let me tell you, if I saw that stage, she was not gonna get away.
They got a lot of control.
I'm honoring her.
Hey, Dad. My dad is tuning in, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. James Porter is in the comments. I actually have a very great musician here. He reminds me of you so much. I just told him he's actually a Scorpio as well. Ladies and gentlemen.
So she got to go into this personal conversation one-on-one with her dad.
Yeah. Right? Ladies and gentlemen, the parental law. Like I told you, I don't play about. She don't mind when you don't play about her. But as soon as Mr. Porter comes in the building, she got to ask him, hey, Dad. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Black empowerment. Like, this is Black women empowerment. And we're going to jump back into the topic of Miss J because, like Miss Amanda, before she got too carried away, said, women, you do need to grab the man's coattail. However, we don't know what was going on in the mind. We don't know. We don't know. And what I was about to tell Miss Amanda, what she said was that she don't think that joke was that far. When someone tells you that you hurt their feelings, ladies and gentlemen, it's just
okay.
Whoa.
Wait.
Time out.
Put your hand down now.
Time out. So what we're gonna say is, ladies and gentlemen, when someone tells you that you hurt their feelings, when someone tells you that you hurt them, when someone tells you that they're offended by what you said, you don't get to say that no, they didn't. How can you tell me that how do you get to tell me that you didn't hurt my feelings? My feelings are hurt, babe. They're hurt. You hurt me. You don't get to tell someone they didn't. It was clear on her face that she was not a fan of the joke. I'm not gonna say she won.
None of that matters.
It does matter. It does matter because we're gonna keep it above. Outside of the Oscars, that is a man and his wife. I feel like Will was only wrong because he was about to win an award. Like you have to think about that. It has a lot to do with it because in life, outside of it, I live in a godly world. I'm gonna just go ahead and say that. We all sin and I'm not perfect. I mean, things I gotta throw that out there because when you say that, unchristian like people like to come in, oh, but you do this and that, and I do. But however, God is not done with me yet, and He's still working. I live in a godly world. I don't look at things how a lot of people look at things. When you are at the highest point in your life, when you are about to reach that threshold, now Will is going through so much backlash and so much hate. Like Miss Amanda, you said this to me earlier. You think people like you until the enemy is at your door and the war is at your front door. You think people like you. We thought Will was everybody's favorite person until he slapped Chris. Now don't nobody like Will. Now they want to take the little Oscar back from Will. Now they don't want to know what happened on the west side of Philly. Now Bel Air about to kick off the air. Everything is about to happen to Will. And we thought Will was everybody's favorite. We thought Will, after Denzel, because Miss Washington number one. We thought Will was number two. And I can really say that maybe Eddie, back in the day before Eddie started tripping. However, we thought Will was number two. We thought Will was no. We thought Will was number two, and now look at Will. That's what I'm saying. I live in a godly world, ladies and gentlemen. As soon as you get to the height of where you're supposed to get, that's when the devil attack you. That's when things start happening. That's when people start saying things about your wife that could cause you to. There's another guy out here right now, and I ain't gonna say nothing about him because I don't want to bring him no influence. That is bad mouthing Jada to the full. I'm talking about disrespecting
his name.
we're not gonna bring no attention to him. Disrespecting her and all types of things. Do you want to know why he's doing that? It's not because he wants to respond to what Will is saying. It is because he wants to get attention. People see that you're being attacked, and they're using that as an opportunity to gain clout off of what you got going on. The devil is busy, ladies and gentlemen. Don't let the fact that Will was about to win an Oscar, instead of us hearing about how great it was that he won King Richard and all of that, we're hearing about him slapping Chris Rock. That's all y'all been talking about all week. I ain't saying nothing about it, but that's all we've been hearing about all week, ladies and gentlemen. Miss Amanda is so happy to say something. So here we're gonna go ahead and give her the mic.
Okay. I was just letting you know it's 9 o'clock, so you can go ahead and
all right, I'm gonna.
Okay, you guys, she's gonna take a little break because she just took all over the mic. You know what I mean? I'm up here talking and I'm trying to honor her, and she's just going on and on and on and on. But I just tell you, I love her, and she's getting ready, you guys, for the break because she's coming back and she is going to perform live for us, you guys. So in the meantime, in between time, we're going to have a little music for a second while I get things together as well, while we get things ready for Miss Uniqua. Take a little break. Tell a neighbor, tell a friend that Chitter Chatter is on the air live. And so take a moment to share this live.
This is still live too. Commercial break, ladies and gentlemen. We're still live. We'll be right back in a second. Don't go nowhere.
Don't go nowhere, you guys. We got a live performance for you tonight. This is our 50th episode, and we are honoring Miss Uniqua tonight, and she is going to be here performing for Women's History Month. This is the last day of the month, and we just want to honor women all around the world. We don't care if you're black, white, purple, or blue. We are here tonight to honor you women, especially my sisters, especially my black women, because we love black women, because we are black girl beauty. We are black girl beauty, and we are here in fashion tonight because we just wanted to recognize who we are as black women. We work hard, we give hard, we love hard, we do everything hard and strong because that's who we are. And sometimes you just gotta take a moment to honor who you are, to honor services that she offers. Classes start April 18th. We have modeling, acting, writing, poetry, and hair braiding for kids ages 9 to 17. Ages 9 to 17. You can register your kids. I don't care where you live. Anywhere around the world. We have classes online and we have classes in live fashion. So if you have kids, get your kids off the couch. These kids are eating all day, picking up all types of weight. Get them off the couch. Let's empower them and inspire them to be all that they can be. And they can't be all they can be if you don't give them an opportunity. if you don't put them in front of the right people, if you don't put them on the right platform, our children are so creative. They're so full of energy, and they are ready. Are you ready? Okay, and they are ready. So our next class is April 18th. You can visit www.iamuniqua.com. That's www.iamuniqua.com. And we will be ready for you guys. And so I am going to step to the side.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am so happy to be back here with you guys because let me tell you right now, I got some special things planned for you guys. This is Chitter Chatter After Dark, ladies and gentlemen, because we are going to do a live setting for you. You see, I wasn't blessed with the talent of singing, ladies and gentlemen. I always wished I could sing. I always told myself, if I could sing, that I would do one of those type of sets that they do. Okay, I'm turning my mic off and turn it back on. 1 second, ladies and gentlemen. All right. If I could sing, there we go. All right. If I could sing, ladies and gentlemen, I would do me a set kind of like this. And I have the music playing in the background, and I just have it, just everybody vibing. That's what we're doing here on Just Vibing. We have Miss Lay Plum, Uniqua Manigault, actress, model, poet, model coach, and I am a hair braider coach. I am the CEO of Uniqua's Black Girl Beauty Performing Arts School, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, you guys, and welcome to the Falls of Grace podcast.
And ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, that is just how we get started here at Chitter Chatter. I am giving you guys a live set tonight. If I was a singer, this is exactly how I do it. But since I don't sing, we're going to give you a little bit of these vocals over, not the vocals. That was the wrong word. Miss Amanda, could you go ahead and pour me a little bit of cranberry in there? All right. Yes, we're going to go ahead and get started, ladies and gentlemen, because I am on book number 2, Living in Truth, Volume 2, The Rebirth. And the way we're going to do this tonight, ladies and gentlemen, is I'm going to go ahead and just give you a little bit of vibe. I want everybody to tap in. Because Living in Truth, Volume 2, The Rebirth is about transitioning. It's about growing. It's about reaching that next level in life. When you step into that next level of life, sometimes it's not always what you thought it was going to be. Sometimes there are hurdles and holes and things that we didn't know we step into. That is what Living in Truth, Volume 2, The Rebirth is all about, ladies and gentlemen. It is telling you about the things that we don't speak about. We don't often tell each other the things that to expect when we're on the journey of regrowth and when we're on the journey to cleanse ourselves. They don't tell us about the bad days. We say there will be bad days, but we don't tell you how those bad days will affect you. We don't tell you how you'll be hindered by those bad days. That brings me into the first poem of the night, ladies and gentlemen, because we're going to start off with the questions. Because in life, when you decide to change, things don't just fall into place. Life doesn't just like, okay, you're changing. I'm going to set things up so you can change. No, life kind of asks you, do you really want to change? Are you ready for change? When you decide that you're ready to change, life begins to happen. That brings me to the first poem of the night, ladies and gentlemen, and it is titled, The Rebirth. Why don't we ever decide to change until change is the only choice? We finally start realizing we need to change when we can no longer rejoice. That's when we start asking questions. How did I get here? Why me? At this point in my life, I'm here, and I'm in disbelief. Heavy is the head that wears the crown. That means if you want to be the boss, there's a price you must pay. You don't get a discount, and you have to work on your off days. The first step is accountability. You must first own your mistakes. That's why step 1 is always the hardest step to take. And I'm going to let you in on a secret. There is no warm-up round. The moment you decide you want better, everything turns chaotic. When you make it past step 1, you're a warrior because you didn't turn around. And when you realize that, you'll breathe a little bit better. But don't get to breathing a little bit hard, because when you get to breathing, that's when the real test begins. That storm is called by ignorance, because that's when it gets blown away. When it comes to ignorance, you know what they say. I'm here to tell you it's true. Ignorance is bliss. A lot of things won't bother you until you realize it. When you find out blood does not always mean family, that might break you. And you might break again when you see you have no friends to turn to. Your car might break down. You might even lose your job. You might even gain a little weight and begin to feel like a slob. You see, in life, you get a lesson and then you get a test. But in life, you get a test and then the lesson comes a little late. And if you don't learn the lesson, you'll fail to elevate. Finding out the true colors about those around you is good because you need it to separate. Everyone and everything does not deserve to be around you, but that's something you must regulate. You must realize who you are, what you deserve, and you cannot negotiate. And when you realize that, you have to be willing to fight for it. You see, now you know how things work. You can't just up and quit. I mean, you can, but that's when life will become unfit. When you know better, you must do better, or God will show you why you should. He will also open doors of opportunity when you believe nothing and no one could. That's your reminder that you cannot stop. And if you already stopped, that's your sign to restart. Yes, I heard you failed. The first time you told your story, I heard that part. But now, failure does not mean to stop. It's a break. It means now we'll begin your task again with more intelligence this time. Now you've seen a little bit more. You're a whole lot more wise. Stop doubting yourself and get back in the fight for that prize. Keep in mind all that you've learned. Apply pressure. Be you. Now put yourself in position to do all the things you've always wanted to. And when things start coming together, that's when you believe. When you gotta remain humble. That's how you survive when you're at war in the jungle. You needed to know there are other lions out there that wanted to eat. Everyone is not against you, but no one wants to suffer defeat. So you can play the victim and let time pass you by, or you can use what you've learned to make better decisions next time. Everything in the end will fall into place. And if it's not yet falling into place, it is not yet the end. Sometimes in order to grow, you have to endure the storm. That's where your strength is formed. That's when you fight for everything you want and more. That, ladies and gentlemen, is where you are reborn, truth be told. Ladies and gentlemen, that is where we are starting off tonight. That is what you need to know sometimes when you are beginning to transition. Sometimes when you are going through life, you got to weather that storm. Miss Amanda, can you turn my volume up, please? That is where you begin to weather the storm. That is when you begin to move and grow. And when you get to that rebirthing area, ladies and gentlemen, when you get to that transition, it begins to feel good. When you start to find out who you really are, ladies and gentlemen, you tap into a whole nother level of life. And I'm going to go ahead and jump right on into our next topic. Because, ladies and gentlemen, I want to let you know right now, when you are on the rebirth, when you are finding out who you are, the first thing you need to do is find that inner beauty. You need to find that inner peace. And for me, ladies and gentlemen, the most beautiful thing about me is the first thing you see when you see me. And no, ladies and gentlemen, it ain't the purple. It's the melanin. Ladies and gentlemen, this black beauty that you see sitting in front of you was God-given. I'm going to tell you, like I said earlier in Chitter Chatter, before they knew my gender, before they knew my name, they knew I'd be a black woman. Why? Because a black woman carried me. When they seen my mother walking down the street, however many months she was, even if she didn't tell them she was some months, she was walking down the street saying, I'm expecting. They knew whatever she was expecting would be black. Then a few months on down the line, they found out I'd be a woman. Then a few months on down the line, they found out I was Uniqua. Ladies and gentlemen, that brings me into our next poem of the night. Because when you find out who you are, you got to know. Black beauty. Hey, black people. Do you know your beauty? Can you see the diversity rooted so deeply in your anatomy? Do you know that black beauty is a beauty unlike the rest? Open the box in which your mind has been locked and see, black beauty is nothing short of complex. There is no one definition. There is no one specific kind. Black beauty is so full of so many things. You must expand your mind. Black beauty is power. You must embrace it. Black beauty is conquering fears, trials, and tribulations. You have to face them. Black beauty is education. Never stop building your mind. Black beauty is understanding, especially those differences we try to hide inside. Black beauty is history. Research and get to know your ancestors and elders. They were kings and queens. Black beauty is support. You got to get it and you need it. Black beauty is faith. You got to believe it to receive it. Black beauty went through slavery. We cannot deny that. Stop running away from the pain in your past. You got to face that. Black beauty is your God-given superpower. All you must do is find it. Black beauty is to be seen. Don't you ever try to hide it. Black beauty is hard. And it really doesn't have to be. We make it so hard for Black beauty to be black, beautiful, and free. Once upon a time, if you wore red lipstick, you were a slut. And if you wore white after Labor Day, then what? Exactly. We don't even really know what that means, but so many of us live by it, or used to. That's what it seems. The world will try and convince you that Black beauty is something weak. Black beauty is just like any other beauty, nothing really too deep. That right there is nothing but a lie. I don't care what you heard. If it was true, so much emulation wouldn't occur. Why would anyone want to be something that's not absolutely amazing? They wouldn't. That's why they deny it's Black beauty they're imitating. Black beauty is a job, and it takes a lot of work. Black beauty comes with some heavy loads. I'd be lying if I say it never hurts. But Black beauty is so full of love when you tap into what it really is. Black beauty is the first thing you should teach a Black child when they are a kid. A Black child needs to know that they have power. They need to know that to build their confidence so that they know to never cower. Black beauty is so full of strength. That's how we always pull through. Black beauty is recognizing the power inside of you. Teach a Black child about their Black beauty because that's where they'll find their peace. Because the secret I discovered is Black beauty is the key. Truth be told, ladies and gentlemen, it is Women Empowerment Month, and we are here for a late night episode of Chitter Chatter. We are collaborating with Just Vibing with Mr. Christopher Cowles, and ladies and gentlemen, it's open mic night. We're at the late club, and we are giving it to you live. I got the music in the background. We vibing, and I'm giving you these words because, ladies and gentlemen, we are here living in Truth Volume 2. The Rebirth. And we just now told you about Black beauty because I told you the first thing you see when you see me is the melanin. And sometimes we roll with the punches. We go where we're going, ladies and gentlemen. See, I dyed my hair purple because in remembrance of my loved ones. But when people see me, they think that my favorite color is purple. They think they know me. They think they already know something about me, and you really don't. But I had to adjust that, so that I can receive everything that I need to receive, ladies and gentlemen, because one thing about Black beauty, everybody wants to know about it. Everybody wants to know how we got it. Everybody is doing everything that they can to look like they came with it. Everybody's doing everything they can to look like they came with it. Everybody's doing everything they can to look like they came with it, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to take one sip to that. I had to say it 3 times because we ain't supposed to be out here doing everything we do to look like we came with what we were born with.
Right. Exactly.
Some of y'all ain't gonna like that. I'm gonna take one more sip because of it. Ladies and gentlemen, Black beauty is the key. Did you hear the words in that poem? Black beauty is the key. This is Women's Empowerment Month. And we're just getting started, ladies and gentlemen. We're just now tapping into what is really going on. This is Living in Truth Volume 2, The Rebirth. We just spoke to you about Black beauty. After we spoke about the rebirth, when you're going through a transition and you're finding out who you are, the first thing you need to tap into is inner peace. And here we are, ladies and gentlemen. The next level that we're going into is Black women empowerment. Now, I'm going to tell you, I'm a woman. I am. But first, I'm a Black woman. So when we speak about women empowerment, I'm empowering Black women first. I want to say all women can learn from me, grow from me. All women can be inspired by me. But this here, shut up. Baby, this for the sisters. So when I tell you, don't allow anything to make you weak, ladies, that's what I mean. There are going to be every element of our lives where people are going to try to tell us we're doing too much. We're too aggressive. We're too much. We're too loud. I do be a little too loud sometimes. I ain't going to say I don't. However, ladies and gentlemen, sometimes you ain't loud enough. People will tell you that you're weak as a woman. We are physically less stronger than men. I'm gonna say I ain't, because I was gonna say we're not as strong as men, but you physically, when we're born, we're not as strong as men. But we have attributes and things about us that make this strength that we got. Well, it's a whole lot more different than the strength that those men come with. It's powerful and it is strong. But the power of the P-U-S-S-Y, the pussy. Ladies and gentlemen, we are taking that word right on back. You see, she looked up at me. Ladies and gentlemen, when people hear the word pussy, they get a little struck. We don't like to hear the word pussy. But why do we think about the word pussy the way that we do? People use the word pussy to categorize something as weak. When I want to tell somebody that they're not doing what they're supposed to be doing, when they're falling short, when they're a little bit weak, we call them a pussy. That he didn't keep up with the rest of the guys. Oh, he's a pussy. Oh, you didn't make it the way you're supposed to make it. Oh, you a pussy. Oh, you were scared to do that. You pussy. Every time I turn around, when something needs to be categorized as weak, they call it pussy. I've never understood that. Do you know how powerful the pussy is? The power of the Pussy, physically, mentally, and spiritually, baby, when I tell you, we are taking that word back. The word pussy is so strong that when we hear it, people get struck. Oh my God. Oh Lord. Did she say pussy? Oh, did she say not vagina? No. I said pussy. 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 My favorite movie is Boomerang. You know who that is? They tell me I look like Miss Grace Jones. Pussy. Ladies and gentlemen, when we hear the word pussy, we get scared. The word pussy frightens us, and yet we use that word so often to categorize things as weak. Why do we do that? It's Women's Empowerment Month, ladies and gentlemen. That pussy you got, ladies. The pussy that you were born with. The pussy that only you have. There are two types of people in this world. One was born without a pussy. Poor him. One just came into the world with something between his legs and it wasn't a pussy. So he just gotta go with the pussy. He cool. But it wasn't a pussy, ladies and gentlemen. And then there's another type of woman that came into this world with that golden box. That golden box that delivers other people out that golden box. We call that a pussy, ladies and gentlemen. And I got one. Open wide. Ladies and gentlemen, the pussy is what we're taking back. We're taking back that word. Don't whisper it. When you hear somebody talking about the vajayjay, they like to say the vajayjay for edited. Cut them out. Oh, you mean the pussy? When you hear somebody say your clitoris, oh, you mean that thing in the middle of the pussy? When you hear someone speaking about the vagina, ladies and gentlemen, snatch that vagina word back and say the pussy. Since it's so weak, call it the pussy, ladies and gentlemen. That brings me to the next phase of our program, ladies and gentlemen. We are women. We are strong. We are the strongest being. I don't give. Chateau, ladies and gentlemen, is PG-13. We do not use profanity. I almost slipped out. I don't care what you may think or how you may feel about the word vagina. It's not as powerful as the pussy. I don't care how you feel about men and women when they're going against each other. It's not as powerful as the pussy. The pussy is the strongest organ I've heard about. I ain't heard about no organ stronger than the pussy. Ain't no organ that anybody in this world obtains. They can push out another human. I don't know, the arm, the liver can't do it. The heart ain't get right do it. And it's a couple of organs, I don't know them like that. But none of them do what the pussy do. Ladies and gentlemen, that is why it is the strongest organ that we have, but they like to label it weak. But we're gonna take that back, ladies and gentlemen. You know why? Because this next poem is titled just specifically for that. Pussy cannot be weak. Pussy ain't weak. And at this point, I'm fed up. The disrespect has reached an all-time high, but today, enough is enough. When you speak about the pussy, your speech should be spoken with pride. Don't whisper the word pussy or slide it between your lies. Don't ever call me a pussy and feel like you've insulted me. The word pussy is sacred. You might as well have called me queen. In the beginning, it was the pussy that made the woman a superhuman. We lay down, then somehow we push out another human. How confusing for the man that could never sympathize with the strip of the pussy. He could only sympathize because he bust about the pussy with a dick between his thighs. So when it comes to pussy pain, it seems like weak because it's pain his dick could never feel. And if the dick can't relate, well then it must not be real. At least not what you make it out to be. Just another explanation, just like every other exaggeration. Just chill and take a seat. Better yet, be more like me. The sympathy you seek is why I say you're weak. Never mind all that smack. Let's get into some facts. You were created inside the pussy. Bloomed from a seed planted inside the pussy. Birthed and fed inside the pussy. The pussy is power and it represents nothing but strength. Pussy gives life, grooms and grows a human within. The pussy can bleed for 7 days without a cut or a bruise. The pussy cleans itself and removes its own residue. The pussy is elastic. Its flexibility feels fantastic. Amen? The world without pussy is a world so incomplete. The world is ruled by pussy. episode. Ladies and gentlemen, no, not my purse off the table. We are taking back everything. Pussy cannot be weak. And who told you it could be? We're going to take one sip to that, ladies and gentlemen. We vibing here tonight.
Yeah.
The power of the P-U-S-S-Y. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you right now. The power of the P-U-S-S-Y is one powerful thing. And I'm not here to compare. You know, I was comparing men and women earlier. The strength. Because the pussy is powerful, ladies and gentlemen. But I'm going to go ahead and tell you right now, the dick a little powerful too. You got to be careful when you out here moving around. Because once you find out the power of the pussy, you might throw it on a couple people. You might put it on out there. You're going to get to know what your pussy can do, ladies and gentlemen. You're gonna move around. Women empowerment. It's 2022. Women are moving a little different. We living a whole lot different. We not sitting back and waiting on men to get themselves together. We're not sitting back wondering why he ain't called. I'm not sitting back doing anything I'm not supposed to be doing other than moving around. I ain't said that all night, ladies and gentlemen. Sometimes you got to know when to move around. Sometimes you got to move around, ladies and gentlemen, because these men are just not where you need to go. When you get to moving around, sometimes you might run into somebody that just ain't what you need to be running into, ladies and gentlemen. Listen, the dick, ladies and gentlemen, is almost just as powerful as the pussy. So when you get out here and you mixing and mingling, and you trying to dibble and dabble, and you're on the journey of rebirthing, because like I told someone earlier today, sometimes when we growing and we transitioning, we get to experiment. When you find out that pussy a little more powerful than you thought it is, you might drop it on a couple folks. Then when you drop it down a couple times, you might realize, you know what? This man received that pussy a little bit different than this man received that pussy. And the next time you move on to the next man, you might realize, you know what? I received that dick a little different than he received that pussy, and now I'm in a little bit of a spot I didn't know I was going to be in. Ladies and gentlemen, you have to be prepared for that. This is all a part of the journey on the rebirth. This is what I'm telling you. The rebirth journey, there are a lot of elements to it. These are the parts that they leave out. Like I told you, there are a whole lot of elements to the rebirth process that we leave out. We forget to tell you that sometimes you're going to bump into people that ain't on your side, but you thought they was going to be on your side. And when you find out they're not on the side, you can't take that personal. That's a part of the rebirth journey. We forgot to tell you that you're going to bump into some things where people are going to tell you that you're not as beautiful as you are. And then you have to realize that you are as beautiful as you are. That's a part of the rebirth process. You see, I'm taking you through it step by step. First, I had to let you know all those questions that you're going to go through. You're going to go through them that happen in the rebirth. And then I get to tell you about how beautiful you are. When you see that melanin in you, that's black beauty. See how we traveling right along through this, ladies and gentlemen? And then I just stepped in and I told you, what I tell you about last time? See, what we're moving into, ladies and gentlemen, we're moving into the next phase of this conversation. Because I had to tell you how powerful your organs are in the last one. The pussy is very powerful. See, at the end of the day, this is about black people, but this is Women Empowerment Month. So we are strictly speaking to the women when we speak right here and right now. When I tell you how powerful the pussy is, I'm telling you how powerful the pussy is. Only we have that, ladies and gentlemen. Now, ladies, I had to go ahead and bring you this next episode. When I say episode, because it's an episode. When I bring you this next poem, I want to let you know sometimes you get caught up. And when you get caught up, you got to recognize that you caught up. Because I'm going to tell you, I tell you in the poem, my grandma Betty, she told me about these men before I even got real deep into it. She explained that a wise woman gets a man that loves her more than she loves him. Because that man will do any and everything for you, child. That man will give you everything that you need to get and get you there how you need to go. But when you get out here, because so often in times, especially in our community, ladies, we get caught up in struggle love. We get caught up in toxicity. I don't even know the word because it's so not a part of me. Toxicity. Ladies and gentlemen, we don't want that to be a part of our community. We are trying to unteach that. So when you find yourself caught up in a situation like the one I'm about to explain to you now, ladies, move around. Move on. Move forward. Don't get caught up loving who you don't need to love. Don't get caught up mixed in what you don't need to be mixed in. And I'm going to tell you right now, ladies and gentlemen, sex is powerful. Don't get to thinking it's not. Just as powerful as the pussy is, the dick is just as powerful. And ladies and gentlemen, when the dick and the pussy get together, not only do they create kids, baby, they create drama. We're going to take one sip to that. Ladies and gentlemen, when the dick get the thrust and the pussy the way it need to get the thrust, ladies and gentlemen, things get out of control. Friendships have been lost. Families have been broken. Money has been lost. The power of the sexual activity is even power than the P and the D put together. They put them together, they make power. Take one sip of that. Ladies and gentlemen, sometimes you have to brace yourself. And when you're on the journey to rebirth, when you're transitioning, when you're trying to get better, prepare yourself for the love situations that may or may not happen. Some people are unfortunate and they don't ever get into nothing. Like, they don't meet nobody, they don't fall for nobody, don't nobody fall for them. And then some of us, we're just loved. And then when things happen, you know, you can get caught up. Listen, I'm a Himalaya player. Even the Himalaya players fall short sometimes. And that is why this conversation is so important. Don't ever feel like you're so player that you can't get played. Don't ever feel like you so deep that the pussy's so powerful that the D can't shut it on down. Don't ever feel like that dick so thick that she ain't trying to move around. Ladies and gentlemen, that brings me to the next section of our poem. Sometimes in life, when you are getting caught up in situations, when you are moving forward, when you are rebirthing and experimenting sexually, you get caught up. Ladies and gentlemen, that brings me to the next poem, which is titled, ladies and gentlemen, All Night and Day, Recurring Ecstasy. This is a love story that began when a woman met a man. And honestly, I don't know when we met, but I know that we did. Some years ago, way back when, we started off as strangers, then evolved into friends. Time brought us so close. He was so different than other men. We used to argue and disagree, bicker and fight as friends. I didn't care what he did or how his free time was spent. We shared secrets, talked for hours, cried, and vented. He was around to comfort me during all my traumatic events. And this man made me feel so safe. I worried the people who bothered me. His protection made me want to be a woman for him. Be soft, gentle, and sweet. Baby! I'm talking true vulnerability. And keep in mind, this man I'm talking about, he was literally just a friend. I never before looked his way. Never thought he was cute. I mean, never was he my type. And then, one day I looked at him and felt something I could not comprehend. I wanted to know him, the man inside the friend. And for me, that was wow. Only because it was him. I was literally talking to myself like, girl, you tripping. And then that little feeling would come back again. And the type of friendship we had, you know, we kept it real. So I was tripping yet again, debating if I should tell him how I feel. What would you do? I decided I was tripping. And I put those feelings on the shelf. There was no need to tell him. Some things I better let myself. It had been a long time since I had my socks rocked. So I blamed it on the hormones. You know, when it's been a long time, child, anybody, anything, liable to rob your bones. So time went on. I forgot that even happened. Things went back to normal. We're out, hanging, like we do. Eating, drinking, laughing. Then we locked eyes. And again, to my surprise, child, those feelings began to rise. This time, I done had a few drinks. So I'm beginning to wiggle and rearrange my thighs. Ladies, you know the thighs. I sipped my drink, looked in my cup, and sipped quickly to shut myself up. Don't do it. That's what my mom was saying. He looked at me, and I know he knew something was up, looking dead in my face. He finally said, so what's up? What you got going on? I said, nothing. Drink went down wrong. He knew that was a lie. He didn't say a word. He just stared in my face and waited for my reply. And you won't believe what I said next. Girl, why did I tell this man I had a secret to tell him, but I didn't want to tell him yet? That was just me buying time, hoping that these drinks would help him forget. Who was I fooling? I knew that wasn't going to fly. But I still said it. Just went on with the night. We did some more bar hopping. We ended at a kickback. Nothing too deep. Just a group of friends getting together after the club to talk smack. My friend and I are standing in the kitchen talking. And you know what he said? This man said, so you ready to tell me your little secret? In my head, I'm like, dang, why did you forget? I just brushed that off and said, that ain't like I never said that. And you won't believe he said okay. And conversation moved right on along. The night ended, we all left and went home. The next morning, September 29th to be exact. I can't remember the year, but that is the day. I'm pissed with myself for last night. I had too much to say. Bold and drunk. Then my phone received a text. It was my friend. Just my luck. You want to know what he said? Of course I'm going to tell you what he said. He said, I ain't gonna lie. I know curiosity killed the cat, but I'm curious to know what you was talking about last night. At this point, it was me versus myself, and I was ready to fight. Nani, why did you do this? That's what I asked myself. Why did you take those feelings off the shelf? My only response was, well, listen, baby. I think you said it best. Curiosity killed the cat, dog. No pun intended, but he did just that. And that was another shock, because I had never thought about him sexually. I mean, come on, your friend. I told him my little secret. We talked about it for a minute. It was something that had never before crossed either one of our minds. Like we was cool before, but now it did. We admitted. He asked me what made me feel that way. I said it was your protection and love that made my feelings sway. Gave me a desire to know a side of you I never knew. Feel you do things I never thought you knew. And at this point, we both shocked. So you know what we did? We took our conversation from the phone to the bed. I can still hear him now. Oh. As he slid my thumb down. Okay. I ain't even gonna play with you. Woo! I said, please don't play with you. Don't play with me. And I'll tell you the truth. He gave me all night and day recurring ecstasy. From the moment his skin touched mine, child, I knew our friendship would never be the same. It still shocks me that I love moaning his name. This man would say, listen to me, look. Now come. And baby, I came. He said, I got way too much love and respect for you not to blow your brains. And that he did. I'm still trying to find the fragments. Maybe they all overflow. But the best part came after the sex. We didn't have to make any adjustments. The vibe was the same. Nothing with our chemistry hindered the change. Only now, I wanted him in my skin, flowing like the blood. I walked around daily dreaming of him again and again. He was now more than my friend. He was so much more. I felt like my body was made to comfort his. I wanted him in my core. Oh. He tamed me again as a man, not as my friend. You see, this was a completely new way. Now, for him, child, I shut up and listened to what he had to say. That man rocked my world and turned me inside out. Sometimes I get caught up reminiscing and forget what I was talking about. The craziest thing for me was it was him. I couldn't wrap my mind around that. We crossed the line. There was no going back. I didn't want to go back. I wanted to evolve. Something erupted inside of me. A mystery I had to solve. You know, the sex was just a bonus to the love I had for this man. I went from loving him to being in love with him so quick, I couldn't understand. And that type of love is dangerous. Too dangerous for me. So I had to apologize to my friend and call me crazy. But honey, did you hear what I just told you happened? I had to flee. My grandma Betty told me to love a man that loved me more than I loved him. And I could tell by the way things were happening, you know, the way my body was erupting and stuff. He wasn't about to be one of them. He gave me all night and day recurring ecstasy. I wanted him in my skin. And that's exactly why he had to go back to being just my friend. I ain't got time to play with him. I had to move around. I wanted no parts in what he was consistently putting down. Ladies and gentlemen, and he felt the same way I did. We had to stop before they started getting to our heads, because I was tripping. We can't be doing that. At least that's what we said. But in all actuality, and you know how it go, that was only how this love saga began. To be continued. Truth be told. As you can see, ladies and gentlemen, sometimes you get caught up. Ladies and gentlemen, when you out here finding out the power of that pussy, that you can get caught up in a situation you didn't know was coming, and we gonna take one sip to that, because ladies, all night and day, if you know what I mean, recurring ecstasy, baby boy had me singing and speaking in tongues, and I didn't know I could do that. I had no idea. Take one sip of that, ladies and gentlemen.
My virgin is.
Let me listen. See, listen, ladies and gentlemen, this is Chitter Chatter After Dark. We are vibing with Just Vibing Entertainment. We are here for our 50th episode. I have made it to 50 episodes, ladies and gentlemen. This is the rebirth. This is the transition. Once you start to hit that breakdown and you start to find out who you are, and you get to experiment with yourself, and you get to find out the power that you hold. The power of the pussy, ladies and gentlemen. I love to say it. The power of the pussy. Pussy. I've been waiting to say that since I've seen that movie Boomerang. It's my favorite from back in the day. Ladies and gentlemen, the pussy is so powerful. But you just seen from what I just heard you, the dick powerful too. So when you're out here and you're going through these journeys and you're transitioning and you're trying to reach the level of elevation, because this is what I tell you they don't tell you about. While you're trying to grow and build your brand and build your business, life's still lifing. Life's still happening. Things are still going crazy. Chaos does not stop. Your house still liable to burn down while you're in the midst of building your business. Now you're sleeping in your business on your couch and you wondering what's going on, and you think that life has you beat. Baby, this is a part of the storm. This is what you have to go through to get to the next level. If you can't pass this next level, you don't need to make it to the next one. But when you make it through this next phase, ladies and gentlemen, that is when you realize you're on the right path. Ladies and gentlemen, when you're growing and you're changing and you're rebirthing, you're transitioning and you're elevating, which is what Living in Truth Volume 2, The Rebirth, is all about. It's about growing in elevation. The things they don't tell you about that journey is you're going to hit that moment in life where nothing makes sense. You're going to hit that moment in life where everything is going bad. You're going to, and when I say everything, I mean everything. The lights is off. Your car ain't got no gas. When I say, you don't know what it's like for the lights to be off and your car ain't got no gas. That's a double whammy. That means you can't even go sit in the car and charge your phone up and you ain't got no gas. Ladies and gentlemen, life is going to happen, but that is a part of the journey. We don't tell each other that. We tell each other that there are going to be bad days, and there will be. We let you know that things aren't going to always be as sunny as it is, and it will be. I'm going to tell you right now, baby, a not sunny day ain't got nothing on a thunderstorm. I'll take a day where the sun ain't out any day over a day when the sun is out, so where it's raining so hard that you can't even move for real. Like people, especially in Atlanta, ladies and gentlemen, when a little bit of rain get to going, people act like they can't drive no more. People act like the traffic is just all over the place. I'm talking about everybody got their hazard lights on, windshield wipers on 10. I put mine on 10 even when it's drizzling because these eyes bad. However, when I would take a day when the sun's just not out and it's just a little cloudy over a thunderstorm any day, and we talk to each other about the days where the sun ain't out. We talk to each other about the days when it's not as sunny as it was that spring day. And that's cool, because some days gonna come too, but those are cool. Those cool. You don't really gotta prepare for them. It's just not a sunny day. But that thunderstorm day, you gotta prepare for that. That tornado, you gotta prepare for that. That hurricane, you gotta prepare. That tsunami, it's a movie out called Tsunami. It's an old movie. But if you see that movie wiped out the whole town in 10.2 seconds, ladies and gentlemen, you gotta prepare for your life to be completely shaken up and stopped and stirred in an instant. And what will you do in that moment? Because I'm gonna tell you the truth, ladies and gentlemen, those are the moments where you're gonna call out and you're wondering why things aren't working out for you. You're wondering, can I get a break? Can I get a pause? Can I get a stop? That is the part of the rebirth phase that we don't really speak about. I don't really too much tell people about the pause and about the point in life where you want a break and you can't get it. Because it's going to come. We're going to talk about that. In our community, we need to let it be known. Ladies and gentlemen, and I'm saying this, Lay Plum, Uniqua, Miss Amanda, I'm telling my mom's name. My name is Uniqua Amanda Lynn Manigault. So I guess I am Miss Amanda as well. However, Miss Uniqua, Amanda Lynn Manigault. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna tell you right now, that break, it don't come. You just be wanting it. And sometimes when the days aren't as hard as they were, you feel like you got it, but you never get that break because life is continuous and life is always happening. And I'm not saying this to discourage you. I'm saying this to encourage you. When you at that point in your life where you want a break and you feel like you ain't getting it, keep pushing because I'm gonna tell you right now, everything that you want is 2 seconds away. When you about to give up, when you're about to stop, when life is so overwhelming, you losing your mind, keep pushing. Matter of fact, push harder.
There you go.
That brings me to the next phase in our life because, ladies and gentlemen, sometimes you get to that point where you want a break. And I understand it. I done been there. I have been at the point where I feel like I can't take nothing else. And you know what I do when I feel like I can't take nothing else? Take one more shot, ladies and gentlemen. Life won't give you another shot anyway. You might as well be a little liquored up when that shot hits you. Ladies and gentlemen, that brings me to the next poem of our phase here tonight. Because sometimes in life you need a break. This poem is titled Time Out. I wish life had a pause button so I could stop, think, and recollect. Gather my thoughts and put my life into perspective. Because my mind is going crazy. Everything seems so hazy. My soul sometimes gets lazy. While I chase this dream I'm chasing. This dream that has become a nightmare. One of those nightmares you can't escape. The type of nightmare that makes you shake. Traps you in your sleep so you can't blink. The type of nightmare you feel throughout the next day. So much you have to stop and pray it away. Time out! Now I'm stuck trying to figure out how this dream became a nightmare. How was that my reality and I wasn't aware? Maybe I didn't care. And sometimes when you don't care, you aren't aware of so many things that everyone else around you can see so clear. Time out! I need a break from reality to properly regain my sanity. I'm losing my mind. I'm going insane. I'm so sick of tears and I hate when I cry. And I don't know why, but I do. And that makes me cry harder if I tell you the truth. Time out! Fell out of love with love. Or maybe love fell out of love with me. That's actually the biggest mystery to me. I'm searching and praying, but I really don't know what I'm searching for. It feels like my body is sick, but my soul can't find a cure. I'm praying for change. Praying for change. And I've been living in hell. So I'm praying for rain. Time out. Truth be told. Ladies and gentlemen, when you are going through life and you are feeling overwhelmed, sometimes you just want a time out. Sometimes you just want a break. Sometimes you just want to stop. Sometimes you want to say, hey, listen, I can't do this no more. I can't do this no more. I can't take anything else. Ladies and gentlemen, that's when you push forward. Push harder. Go harder because you know what? The reason that you're not getting a break, the reason why life is so overwhelming, the reason why you have not yet gotten the break that you are so longing for, is because you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. I said you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. You're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. In life, ladies and gentlemen, cards don't just fall in our lap because we want them to. When you playing spades, because I'm a spade player. If you're not a spade player, you can't relate. When you playing spades, sometimes, ladies and gentlemen, you be getting the worst hands in the world. Like I'm talking about, you ain't had a spade in 3 hands. It's hard to play. When you're playing spade with real spades players, we play. You ain't got no spade, baby. You got to play that hand. You got to play that hand. You can play with people that ain't really up on spades, and they'll let you throw your hand in because you ain't got no spade. Baby, when we playing for the money down and it's real deal, you better keep that hand, baby. You better play it. You better get some books about it. Okay, you ain't got no spades. Sorry.
Yes.
When you're a spades player, sometimes you get a terrible hand. But you know what? A real spade player gonna pull some books about that. I have never played spade. Never. 31 years of life, and I've been playing for a long time. Never have I played and I got one book. You gonna get at least one. And sometimes I'm telling you, the odds are stacked against you. That hand so bad, baby, you don't have an ace. You don't have a king. You don't have a queen. If you don't play spades, you don't understand that kind of talk. But the ace, king, and queen, you gotta have at least one of them. You don't have an ace, king, queen of any suit, baby, your hand is terrible. That's the worst hand you could ever have. Don't let you not have a jack. You can't even jack up out here. Ladies and gentlemen, sometimes you have a terrible hand in life. That ain't got nothing to do with nothing. You push forward. When your hand is bad, push forward to the end. You might get your partner might have 7 books. You got like I told you, I ain't never not got one. If my partner pull a 7, I'm gonna pull a 3. We get in the yard. You know? A yard is 10 for you non-spade players. You know, the 10 is made me undefeatable. When not undefeatable, you defeated the people in front of you. Yeah. When you're playing these games of life, because life is like a spades game, ladies and gentlemen, you don't always get the cards you want to get. You don't always get that joker, deuce, deuce. It is very. I done got the joker, deuce, deuce before. But I'm telling you, every single time I have gotten joker, deuce, that was the best game I played. I'm talking about attitude on 10. Pow! Slapping them cards on the table. Boom! Get up! Your attitude is different when everything is going good in your life. But when things start to go a little bad, we got questions. We don't know what's going on. We wondering why things are going the way they're going. That's when you go harder, ladies and gentlemen. That's why I had to tell you, sometimes you're going to hit that break, and you ain't getting a break. And the reason you're not getting a break is not because you're not continuing to play, because you're still playing. You done had 3 bad hands, and you still on the table. We're going best 3 out of 5. This is the last game out of 5. You done lost 2. The person playing is 2-2. Now I'm gonna say you won 1. So it's 2-3. It's 2-1. The person win 1 more game, it's over with for you. Then you mess around and you win 1 game. Now it's 2-2. And now the odds is stacked against you because although it's 2-2, you done lost a couple straight. That's when you gotta put the pedal to the metal and buckle down. I don't get. Chitter Chatter is PG-13. I have to say that every time I catch myself before I say the wrong thing. I don't care how the odds were stacked against me for the last 3 games. You shouldn't care how the odds were stacked against you for the last 3 games, ladies and gentlemen. You push forward. And when you push forward, you'll see that is what you're supposed to be doing from the gate. The reason why life ain't getting where it's supposed to get is because you're not walking the way you're supposed to be walking. You're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. You done threw your hand in because the other person done smacked them cards on the table. I done played spades with them people that smack them cards out on the table when you're losing. Whoosh. That card hit. I felt like Chris Rock just then when that card hit that table. Dog, Will smack me. When you ain't got a book all game, it's only 2. Everybody only got 2 cards, and that last card, whoosh, ooh, dang. And it wasn't your partner. When it's your partner, you like, yeah. When it's not your partner, it's like you be quiet. Everybody at the table be quiet. You can tell who's losing at the spades table by the quiet people. Because I be at the table like this when I'm losing. Don't throw your card out. All right. That's my attitude when I'm losing. Ladies and gentlemen, that can't be your attitude. Let your attitude be when you lose. It don't even matter. Next book, that's your last book. That's your last book. You know why? Because you are doing what you're supposed to be doing and you're walking in your purpose. And you know no matter what happens, this is where I'm supposed to be. This is what Will was supposed to do when Chris said what he said. Because it's not that he was wrong in the situation. It's just that you know you about to win an Oscar. I don't care what y'all doing over there. I don't care what you talking about over there. After I get this Oscar, I'm going to see about you. I'm going to catch you in the back outside. And you know what the thing about it's 2022, baby. It ain't about me smacking you in the Oscar because I can smack you in the back and it go viral just as quick. That's what this is about. When you are preparing yourself. My mother asked me a question earlier tonight in Chitter Chatter. What was my hardest challenge? My hardest challenge was adjusting myself to be the woman I was supposed to be in this business that I'm supposed to be in. Because that is what you have to do in this in life, ladies and gentlemen. That brings me to the next poem of the night. This poem is titled, ladies and gentlemen, Your Light. Ooh, excuse me. If you've ever wondered why nothing seems to go right, perhaps it's your inability to live within your light. You see, God has a purpose for each and every life. Designated places, hidden tools and open spaces on different levels and heights. He will always reveal your purpose to you. The question is, when you realize yours, what will you do? Will you ignore the signs ahead of you? Choose to do what you know you shouldn't do. Or will you walk the road paved just for you? It won't be easy, but it will mold you. It will also reveal some things to you, maybe even still what you believe is important to you. But when you walk in your light, you find peace, wisdom, courage, and serenity. All that you seek is waiting for you somewhere within your light. So open your eyes and see, because it's time to get right. Truth be told, ladies and gentlemen, if I can sing, that last little line would have been like my granddaddy used to sing. We are speaking about walking in your light, ladies and gentlemen. The rebirth process has come to an end, and it has been a great night here on Chitter Chatter with Just Vibing here with Mr. Christopher Cowles. I'm so thankful that we have reached our 50th episode, ladies and gentlemen. We have come to the conclusion of our show, ladies and gentlemen. It has been a great night. I just want to let you guys know that when you're in the course of the rebirth, you're going to go through things. Like I told you, you're going to ask questions in the beginning. That was the rebirth. Be sure to get your copy of Living in Truth, Volume 2, The Rebirth. All these poems that you heard tonight will be available inside that book. Ladies and gentlemen, when you are beginning the rebirth process, you're going to ask questions. You're going to wonder, what was I doing wrong? How did I even come to this stage in my life? What is it that brought me here? That's the rebirth. And after you step into the what has brought you here and how are you getting here, ladies and gentlemen, you got to figure out who you are. That is Black beauty. You see what I am? Melanin. After you fill out your Black beauty, you got to inspire yourself. If you a man, say dick cannot be weak. But since we women, tonight we told you that pussy cannot be weak because it can't. Jump into it, ladies and gentlemen. And after that, after you find out the power of the pussy or the power of the D for the men, you might want to jump into something and see if you can dibble and dabble and get somebody on Smack Smack. That brings you to all night and day recurring ecstasy, ladies and gentlemen. But when you are going through the rebirth process, you have to understand that you're going to come to that point where things ain't going your way, everything going wrong. And you have those questions and you want to know, why is this happening? You want a break, but you ain't going to get a break. And you know why you ain't get a break, ladies and gentlemen? Because that brings me to the next step. You're not living in your light. You are not walking in your light. You're not living in your purpose. You might be doing what you think ain't bad. That's cool. You ain't supposed to be going to the club. You ain't doing that. You ain't supposed to be drinking and smoking. You ain't doing that. You ain't supposed to be spending money. You ain't doing that. But you know what you're not doing? You're supposed to enroll in school so you can get back to your education. You ain't doing that. You're supposed to open your business and start building your brand. You didn't do that. You're supposed to be taking care of your kids that you ain't took care of since they was born. You ain't doing that. Ooh. Ladies and gentlemen, you're not walking in your life. You're not living in your purpose. That is why you ain't getting no break. And that brings me to the final step in life, because if you fail to do what you're supposed to be doing, ladies and gentlemen, you'll always fall short. You'll never reach that ultimate goal. Miss Amanda asked me earlier tonight, and just all, what was the ultimate goal? And I had to keep it above. The ultimate goal is the cash. If the money not rolling in, I'm telling you, I done put in a lot of work. If I don't ever get rich, baby, it was fun. It was fun while it lasted, but I'm disappointed. You got to get the cash. Live into it. You got to win. Whatever your definition of winning is, mine is the money. I hope yours is too. You got to win. Because if you fail to win, everything that you did was a waste of time. I told you that the hardest thing for me to do was to be the woman I needed to be a business owner. But you know what I had to do? I had to put that to the side. Because I want to be a businesswoman. I want to be a business owner. I want to be great. I want to elevate. So you know what I had to do? I had to put everything to the side that did not accommodate, there's that word again that I was telling you about, did not accommodate the businesswoman that I wanted to be. Remember to win, ladies and gentlemen. That brings me, I done told you the title. That brings me to the next poem, to end the night. Remember to win. Yes, you were right. But did you win? That's the real question. It's better to win to be right. That's the real lesson. A lot of times we are right, but we still lose. But we love to be right. And that's how we play the fool. Everyone must agree to everything we want and say yes to all we ask. But did you know to win in life is the real task? We've all seen millions of men get years for crimes they didn't commit. They were right when they said they didn't do it, but they still did the time. Because in the real world, you can't rewind. In the real world, you got to take it on the chin. I don't care to be right if I win. That lesson will save you so many arguments. With ease. You breathe and say, okay, you got it. To many, that seems weak. To others, it seems as defeat. To me, it's a win. That's how you save yourself from pointless debates that never end. If you loan somebody some money and they fail to pay you back, don't trip. Moving forward, they can never ask you for jack. For just a little bit of change, you're free of a leech. You save yourselves from years of frustration when you gotta ask, so when you gonna pay me? No, I'll take the win and leave. That's where I am, maturity. It takes maturity to understand it's more important to win than it is to be right. That's the objective in life, to win. It's not to be right, truth be told. Ladies and gentlemen, we have reached the conclusion of our program. And I want to let you know it has been a plum pleasing pleasure. I have had an ecstatic adventure here with you guys on the way to my 50th episode. And I want to let you guys know that this has been so amazing for me. This Chitter Chatter experience has matured me in so many ways, and I'm so abundantly thankful to have been able to make it to my 50th episode. Thank you to everyone that has supported me and been here thus far. If you're just now tuning in, ladies and gentlemen, we are on our way out. It has been Chitter Chatter, and it has been a great episode. And I'm gonna let Miss Amanda close on out for you guys. She's gonna step right on in. Come on in, Miss Amanda. I actually have to use the restroom, ladies and gentlemen, so I'm gonna step on out. It has been a plum pleasing pleasure. 50th episode. Thank you guys for tuning in. I am so thankful to have you here. Here we go.
Wow. I hope you guys enjoyed Miss Uniqua as we close out for Women's History Month.
Yeah.
So I just want to say a few things about, because oftentimes we hear people do poetry, we hear people acting, singing, doing music and all this good stuff. I just want you to know a little bit about what you heard tonight, a little bit about Miss Uniqua. And I don't have my glasses on. She is a graduate of Clark Atlanta University with a BA in theater arts. Uniqua is an author, professional actress, model, poet, host, comedian. You saw some of that tonight. Public speaker. Uniqua is the founder of and CEO of I Am Uniqua Company and Black Girl Beauty Performing Arts School. Her main focus is to build the self-confidence for women and children, whether it be in beauty, fitness, and performing arts. She is a self-confidence coach who teaches kids how to feel good about themselves through her training modules in modeling, acting, poetry, writing, and hair braiding. She teaches leadership, professional development, and entrepreneurship. Uniqua created a course called Model to Money Program Course for ages 16 and up, where she teaches others how to launch, grow, and scale their business career in theater arts. She also created the Adult Model Aerobics Club, where she trains adults on how to build their self-confidence and teaches them how to teaches professional development. She teaches confidence. Her courses are available online as well as live in her live sessions. I'll tell you, Uniqua is also co-founder of Black Girl Beauty Foundation, which is a 501c3 charity organization, and the Black Girl Beauty brand, where she started Uniqua Manigault's Teen Theater Scholarship Program. The foundation's main goal is to inspire, empower, and educate Black women and girls. Tonight, you saw Uniqua in rare form. Uniqua teaches others how to release doubt and build self-esteem, ultimately having a strong determination to be and become. If you want to learn more about Uniqua and her classes, her next session begins April 16th. You can log on to www.IamUniqua. Uniqua is spelled UNIQUIA. That's www.IamUniqua.com. Again, we like to thank Vibe Entertainment Network. Vibe Entertainment Network, and that's Christopher Kyles. You can reach him on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. It indeed has been a pleasing pleasure as well as a privilege.
Absolutely, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much, Miss Amanda. And ladies and gentlemen, it has been a great night. I am back, but we are closing out. Thank you guys for tuning in. This is the end of our season. It was actually Mr. Christopher Kyles who inspired me to close out in season. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for an awesome. This is going to be the end of our 5th season. I went ahead and did that. Thank you for an awesome 5 seasons. This has been amazing. Chitter 50th episode anniversary, and we are out. Ladies and gentlemen, good night.
You're loud. You're loud.